Throughout the many years of TV sitcom, there have been many great TV dads. Some of my favorite TV dads are Cliff Huxtable, Carl Winslow, Uncle Phil, Danny Tanner, and there's many more. And there's another one that's on my list. And I'm going to talk about this person because I feel that he's underrated, especially when we're talking about TV dads in the decades of the 90s, especially. And that's Alan Matthews. Alan Matthews, he was the father in Boy Meets World, which ran from 1993 through 2000. There's about there's so many good episodes where I felt that his performance felt so natural and symbolized what a great father should be. For example, there's an episode I believe in season 4 and it's called Raging Corey. Alan Matthews and Eric Matthews, his oldest son, they were playing basketball in the garage. And after they finished playing, Corey comes and he wanted to play with his dad. But, you know, the father, Alan Matthews, he was tired and he didn't want to play. And Corey was not having it. He was like, you can make time for him. You can make time for me. So then they were wrestling for the ball and Alan ends up falling down. And that's where you see the rest of the family come out, see what happened. And Corey just said, I just wanted to play. And that was that. So Corey felt that, you know, his dad was being this way with him. He was being this way with Eric, but not the same thing with him. So this episode was about, Alan's Alan Matthews' attitude was, well, that's just how me and Eric are, and that's just how me and Corey are. And it took for Amy, his wife in the series, to tell him, like, no, you're the father, you define the relationships. So that episode is beautiful because it helped Alan Matthews strain out as a man, as a father, that, he has to be equal with both of his sons. So at the end of the episode, you see that all three of them, they go, at first they do skydiving, but that didn't work out. But what worked out is that they went to a museum together at the end of the episode. So that was very nice. One of my favorite performances of Alan Matthews came in season 5. And this is an episode where Corey and Sean got drunk. They got arrested. But this was when Corey was going through this depression of his breakup over Topanga. And when Corey told his mother that he doesn't care that his dad drinks, and the way Alan reacted to that line was fantastic acting. Fantastic acting. And you could really felt that that was like a father talking to his son. He was like, I am slightly over 21. And when I do drink, I drink responsibly. And when I do drink, I drink responsibly. And when you get to do what I do, then you can get out of this house and get a job. But the way he delivered that line was unbelievable. I loved it. And Corey's acting made it even more natural because he was like, oh snap, like he was backing up. So that was a great scene from Alan Matthews and Corey, but Alan Matthews, he brought the house down with that part. Damn sirens. I'm not gonna edit that part out. I worked too hard for this. But but yeah, another episode that I liked from Alan Matthews that really showed, you know, what a good father he is. This goes to season 4, and this episode is the episode where Corey turns 16. And Corey, now that he has a license, he wants to drive with his friends to Atlantic City, or yeah, I think it's to Atlantic City. But Alan Matthews has a difficult time accepting that Corey doesn't want to spend his birthday with him and his family. Alan is learning that, Corey is, he's not a little boy, he's growing and he wants to do his own thing, which is a very tough pill to swallow for any parent. But what I love about that episode is when Corey gets in trouble by the law and Matthew ends up showing up because Mr. Feeney called him. Corey called Mr. Feeney, but he didn't call his father. Alan Matthews had to find out from Feeney. And one of my favorite lines from that episode, the court scene, is when Alan Matthews tells Corey, "You are my son. It doesn't matter if you're 16 or 60." I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said, "I don't care how young or how old you are. I am your father, and I'm going to be and always going to be here for you." So that's one of my favorite episodes of season 4. The fact that you have a father who loves his son, who will always do whatever it takes to protect his son, although he feels that he's being pushed away because his son, he wants to hang out with his friends and not spend his birthday with his family. That episode is very special for me, because we need and we love to see father and son, or like a good relationship between father and son. We need to see more of that nowadays. Shout out to all the great dads out there. And if you still have your parents, both of your parents still alive, especially your dad, call them. Call them. Don't email, don't text. Call them. And but a father's presence in a household is very, 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 very crucial. Having both parents at home is very crucial, but especially a father. And but yeah, Alan Matthews is just magnificent. There's another episode where I felt, there's probably like one or two, and this probably was in the later seasons, like season 6 and 7. I think this particular episode, I believe it was in season 7, where Corey meets this young lady who's a student, and she basically knows where she wants to do with her life. She's gaining all these experiences. I'm forgetting what she was doing, but Corey felt overshadowed and felt and questioned himself, like, what has he done with his life so far? Because everything he heard from what this lady was saying. So basically, long story short, Corey basically blamed his father for not being, for not for not preparing him for the real world, I should say. Season 7 was the episode where Corey was wrong about so many things. And this is one of those episodes where I felt like he was out of bounds, because he tried to play the blame game on his dad. When in reality is, if you want to succeed, if you want to progress in life, you're the one who's gonna have to, you know, get up from your rear end and do what you gotta do, handle your business. Nobody's gonna give you nothing. You gotta go out there and get it. So, and you see the reaction in Alan Matthews' face basically, he felt hurt that his son was basically saying, because of you, I'm a failure in life. And then Alan, he takes him to some area where I think his grandfather grew up, and he basically was showing Corey about the value of hard work. I felt that scene was super important for that episode. But yeah, salute to Alan Matthews, terrific TV dad, especially in a sitcom, who I feel doesn't get enough credit. He doesn't get his due. And, that's why I made this video. He is one of my favorite TV dads, especially in the genre of sitcom of that era of the 90s when there was no social media, no smartphones. But yeah, he was very good in Boy Meets World. Thank you once again for watching this video. Please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to go to mikesprada.shop. And like I always say after every video, be safe and may God bless each and every one of you. All right. Have a great week, everyone. If you want to succeed, go for it. Go for it. Wake up early and handle your business right away. Right? Never give up. Never give up. Stay determined. Stay hungry.